So super simple setup today. Have my hook, gold Aberdeen hook, about 6 to 8 inches above that I have a split shot. I don't know the weight, light, like a 1/4 ounce maybe. Then above that I have my bobber, and then my bobber stop I'm gonna set based on the depth that we're starting at. And I believe today we're starting at 12 feet deep. I will check, but let me throw you on the chest. Let's get started. So these fish are sitting right at about 10 feet it looks like. So I'm using my 10-foot Outlaw crappie pole today. It's a 10-foot Pro SE with the Sensi tip. I used it in the last video when I first tested it. But that being said, I know that this pole is 10 feet, so I'm going to set this hook right here around 10 foot, and then I'm going to slide this bobber stop all the way up, all the way to the top of this pole. And what that's going to do is it's going to set my hook down there, hook depth to 10 feet, which is what we want. So we're going to go all the way up. Boop. So we have that set. Now what I'm going to do is grab a minnow, and I'm going to put one of the minnows on here. So I'm just going to open this bucket here. I'm going to grab one. Hopefully I get a juicy McNugget here. That's all right. And then I'm just going to hook him on here, and I'm going to throw him down there, and I'm going to see what he can do for us. These are some feisty minnows today. This one's actually a really little guy, so I'm just going to go through his back on this one. I'll show you all a different technique here in just a minute, but I just want to test to see what these fish are hitting on, what they're biting on. We got a pile just ahead of us here, just ahead of us, about 16 feet. So I'm going to cast out close to that pile. What's going to happen is that weight's going to pull that minnow all the way down there. Okay, so we're a little short, so what we need to do is, so I need to add about 3 feet. So all I'm going to do is grab this line right here. I'm going to pull this bobber stop up, and I'm going to give it about 3 feet. So 1, 2.5, there we go, 3, and then I'm going to reel up, and I'm going to pitch it back out there because I want it to be right on the X. I want to come right over those fish's heads. And guys, y'all know we usually use a jig. I just want to show y'all a new technique here, the slip cork method. It's the old-fashioned, it's the old tried and true, you know, of getting these fish's attention, getting some slabs on. And again, using live minnows, can't go wrong with that, you know. I think I'm a little bit, I think I'm sinking just a little bit too slower than I like to do, like to fall anyway. There we go. Boom, shaka-laka-laka. Just like that, just like that. There we go. There you go. So there's one in the boat. Good old slip cork. And guys, that fish was so light. I didn't even know I had him on there. I genuinely didn't even know I had his butt on there. I went to drift that bobber over, and he was on there. So let's put him back. Let's get the clicker. Let's get the clicker real quick. Go ahead and reset that. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. Got us a click right there. There we go. All right, boys, all right. We may have a secret sauce that they want. So again, I'm gonna come down here, gonna reload. Woo, woo, feisty, feisty, feisty suckers. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna just go through the back again, and I'm gonna set them right over here. And these are 12 feet out, so we're gonna go like right there. And y'all can see my minnow falling right there. See him falling right there. That's the minnow right there. He's going slow, so slow. But he's going. And we're falling right onto this pile, which is what we want. So we're falling right onto it. Yes, sir, right above it, just like that. We're gonna watch that bobber. And when that bobber takes off, we're gonna go ahead on and set the hook. And again, right now, guys, the bite is gonna be super, super light. So I got one swimming with it. No takers yet. No takers yet. Let's get it back out there. It's that 12-foot mark. Oh, got one coming to look at it. Got one coming to look at it. Woo! Pushed him off just a little bit. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna recast. So guys, we're also competing with the current. The wind is blowing right at my face right now, which is okay. That's fine. Let's reel it up. I'm gonna cast it back out there. So all that means is that bobber is gonna drift a little bit faster. So we're gonna go a little bit past it, kind of like that. Let that sinker pull that minnow down there. And again, I'm just letting it naturally do its thing, letting it fall. Boom, right there. Give it just a little more slack, let it stand up, and then when a crappie eats that joker, that bobber, floop, he's gonna sink. And that minnow is going right over that brush pile. I mean, right over the top of it. There we go. There we go. There we go. And how I knew, so that one I knew that it hit because the bobber actually fell over. I'll go back to that clip, but you'll see that bobber, it fell over sideways. So it was standing straight up and then bloop, it fell over sideways. And we locked him in. So let's get us that click, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he swallowed that. He swallowed that joker. Got most of it. There we go. Little guy, little guy, little guy. But hey, a crappie nonetheless. Again, how I knew that last fish was on was that bobber. It was standing straight up and then it fell on its side, which means that crappie came up, ate it, and went uphill with it, which is good. So what we'll do is let that get down there like we have, just like that, right? And so see that bobber? Bobber's standing straight up right now. It's standing straight up. It's a heavier bobber. It's a bigger bobber, so it's going to take a lot of weight to get it to actually go down. Then these fish are a little bit small today. But if that bobber lays on its side, chances are you have a fish. That means that they've attacked it vertically and are pulling it. So I'm just going to go ahead on and I'm going to add a split shot right above that one. There we go. And now all it's going to do is allow me to get down there faster. Get down to them fish faster. And this pile's exactly 10 feet in front of us, so just going to drop it down there. There we go. Now we got a little bit quicker descent. And I've added 2 feet to the length, which should put us right inside the brush pile, which is what we want. Just like that, bink. So now it's in the brush pile, and when that thing gets hit, they should take off with it. Oof, I had a hit. Let's try it again. And don't be afraid to adjust your bobber stop there. You know, sometimes you'll find that sweet spot. And this one may be a little deeper than I want to be. It may be a little too shallow. We'll see. Based on how the fish react to it, is going to tell us everything we need to know on should we bring it up, should we lower it. I'm thinking I may be a little bit too deep. And the problem with being too deep is that minnow can get in there and he can get stuck on sticks and stuff. And then you kind of lose your advantage there. Right there, boom. Oh, I had him. So yeah, I'm a little bit too deep. And luckily, this is right here at our hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches shallower. Let's try that. And again, that pile's at 10 to 12 feet. So a little bit shallower this time. Again, I only took, what, 6 to 8 inches off. Nothing crazy. Now I'm just gonna let it fall. And so now it should be right above that brush pile, which is what we want. There we go. And guys, see how that bobber's sitting sideways, but my bait's all the way down there? I was stuck on a tree limb. You know, bobbers are really great about giving you indicators like that. So I was in the brush pile, but the bobber was laying sideways, which told me I was stuck on something, and I was stuck on a tree limb. So there we go, we're in the pile now. Boom, right there. Watch that bobber go down. Ding, da, ding, da, ding, ding. Boom, right there, baby. Boom, right there. These gold Aberdeen hooks are sharp. A lot of shorts today. A lot of shorts today. It's just hard to pass up the real thing. That's why I like using the slip cork, and so especially in this summertime, it's hard to pass up the real live food that these crappie eat. You know, they eat shad and minnows all day. So when you put the real thing in front of them, you're almost always guaranteed to have a dang good time on the water. That's for sure. There we go. See that bobber going under? Oh man. There we go. That bobber was going under. He was pulling it. He wanted it bad. All right. Boom. Again, another short. That's okay. That's okay. Let's see. Let's grab real quick. Let's grab a jig. I'm just going to grab a quick jig here. And we're going to compare notes here. I'm going to throw an artificial one time. Just one time real quick. Just to compare the two so y'all can see. It's hard to go wrong with a slip cork setup. It's hard to go wrong with a slip cork setup. But let's try it. Let's try a jig. Just to compare notes here. So y'all can see. I'm just gonna drop it down into that pile. There we go. Now the difference with a jig and a bobber is with a jig I can kind of control it a lot differently. I can walk it through specific parts of the pile. I can make it swim, I can make it stop. And also when you use a jig, it gives you a good gauge on how big the fish are. So these fish are all about the same size as this jig, which tells me these are all probably shorts. These are all really small fish. There we go. Oh, see, and they're short striking the mess out of it. So they're hungry. They're indeed hungry, which is what you want. But I think that they're smaller fish, and that's okay. Small fish still put up a really good fight. They still tighten the line. You know, they still let you have a good time, especially if you got kids with you. These are all little guys. They're all short striking the mess out of this jig. Let's see if I can't bring one in though. I'm just gonna go down into the pile. Man, they are swarming this thing. And see, there you go. That's just to show you that using a bobber and a minnow sometimes is better than a jig. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's a big one. That's a good 11-inch fish right there. That's a good 11-inch fish right there. So the difference between this, how I fished this jig and how I fished that minnow, is I was able to sink this jig down into that pile. So I was able to get to the bottom of that pile, guys, and pick up mama bear. So what I'll do then is I'll take this jig, this minnow, I'm gonna go back to the minnow, and I'm able to take this minnow, I'm gonna set it deeper. So how you can tell where to set it at, I'll show you. So that pile's right here. And if you look, we're at 14 to 16 foot is the main bulk of it. What I want to do is set that minnow to 16 foot and do my best to drop it down into this pile so that we can hit that little pocket right there. That's that pocket I want to sit in. You see all these fish, guys? Those are all crappie. Those are all crappie hanging out. These guys over here, all these guys swimming around, you can see them kind of swimming around. That's how you can tell when you have crappie on a live scope, is they're going to hang out. They're not going to be super active. They're going to be real lackadaisical, but they're going to kind of whimsically float around, hang the brush, hold these drop-offs, and that's how you get it. So let's zoom back out, and let's put a minnow on, and we're going to go down to that 16-foot pocket and see if we can't hook up with something a little bit bigger. Okay, I got it set to 15 to 16, somewhere in there. We're going to go 12 feet out. I'm gonna let that thing sink, and you can see it sinking right here, guys. So that's my setup, or that's the jig in the minnow right there. I'm sorry, the split shot in the minnow right there, sinking down. So I wanted to get into that pile, and it looks like it's gonna get just right where I want it to be. That's fantastic. That's about a 2-foot gap. I don't think that the crappie is gonna come up 2 feet off of that pile and eat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring this up real quick, and again I'm gonna add my depth to it. And guys, that's a lot of people don't like these threaded bobber stops for this reason, and it can be annoying. It can be, but we're not gonna let it ruin our day, guys. We're not at work, you know. We got the day off, so let's just make the most of it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now we're right in the nest. There we go. And now I'm just gonna watch the bobber. I'm not gonna watch the screen. I'm gonna go, you know, just watch the bobber. Let the waves do their thing. Let it bounce it around, let the minnow down there activate them and get them into a little feeding frenzy, hopefully. There we go, got a hit. You saw, watch that bobber, it got hit. And there he goes, boom. That's all it takes. Just adjusted that depth. Oh, nice black crappie there. Nice little black crappie there. Can't go wrong with black crappie. Oh, maybe not. Hard to say, he's young, it looks like a black crappie, but he's got the white stripe. Who knows? Put in the comment section which one you think it is. So guys, these fish are a little bit smaller than I want to catch right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pack it up. We're gonna go to the next spot and see if we can get on something a little bit bigger. At the next spot, and I found a nice little nest of them. Nice little drop-off ledge. 14 feet out, we're gonna toss out to them, see what we can't make happen. So, let's see here. We're just dropping down in onto them right here, right now. Letting that bobber do its thing there. Actually a little too deep, so I'm gonna just kind of manually do this one. I'm gonna kind of manually make it go through the nest where I want it to. There we go, there we go. Ah, I missed him. So we're gonna go shallower by about 2 feet. There we go. All right, let's pitch him back out there and see, because I want him to drift. I want it to do its natural look, natural feel, as much as it can anyway, with a, you know, with a weight strapped to its back. So I just want it to, I want everything to be as natural as we can make it seem. And guys, it was a full moon last night. There we go. It was a full moon last night, so we will see how that affects things. But there we go. Look at that donkey. That's a nice fish right there, boy. Yes, sir. Good looking fish right there. Let me get that click. Boys, that's what I'm after right there. Oh. Well, good luck. Good for him. Pile about 20 feet that way now. Good size nest of them down there though. Good size. amount of fish for sure. I don't know if they're short striking it, if I'm just getting tickled, I don't know, but I'm right where I want to be, that's for sure. Let's just let it sit. I'm gonna fish straight pawpaw style, dude. As DC said, just straight pawpaw style. Just let it float. Let it float and do its thing. Let the minnow do its magic. There we go. There we go. That was a super light bite. Feels like a nice black crappie though. Beautiful. Oh, it's a freaking magnolia crappie. Look at that. Come on, girl. Give me. Look at that. Nice magnolia. Beautiful magnolia. Let me get this hook out. Let's get him out of the way. Sorry about that. YouTube don't like stuff like that, but oh man. Check this out, guys. Look at that. See that stripe on his head? Right there. That's how you know it's a magnolia. But man, what a beautiful fat fish too. Get that click. What a fat, beautiful fish. All right, later, dude. See if this post pile wants a little bit of Dangle Nation on its face, huh? Oop, oop, oop. Boom. Oh yeah. Y'all see that bobber? I saw that bobber. I saw that bobber. Skinny fish, dude. Skinny fish right now. They are definitely needing to start eating some if they're gonna start spawning here in 3 or 4 months. But there we go, another slab. There we go. Just let that joker do its thing. Right there, hit it. See that bobber swimming away from me? Boom. I'm gonna set the hook and I'm gonna bring that fish in the boat, boy. There we go. There we go. There we go. And I need to take some pictures, so I've caught more. Oh gosh, that hook got right on my face. I've caught more of what I think are, they look like black crappie today than I've caught in ages on this lake. It's kind of crazy. Guys, I hope you picked up some stuff. I hope y'all can get a chance to get out there, use some slip cork, use some minnow method, get it done and bring in some slabs. Caught over I didn't record all of them, but I caught just under a 2-man limit today using the slip cork method. Had a fantastic time. Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this one, I think you'll like this one, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Make sure to check out our sponsors in the description box, and we'll see y'all. Peace.